This is my comedy movies um, that are not Adam Sandler um, list of best to. I mean, all of them are great, but like the top 20, at least from the list I was provided with on there. So the bottom bin, Dumb and Dumber. It gets kind of stale when rewatching. This is really the only reason it's down as low as it is. And it's each category it's for, and everything is practically equal. Um, the only Adam Sandler movie on here is Happy Gilmore, but yeah. So there's Clue. That one I didn't see as much of a comedy, but the comedy bits I did like, so I put it on here. Blues Brothers. Once again, I didn't see it much as a comedy. I mean, it did have comedic scenes, but I see it more as a musical. Same with School of Rock. So those are down there on the bottom. The Room. It wasn't meant to be a comedy. At least I don't think so. But it comes off as a comedy. It's absolutely fantastic. But it's definitely not the top tier comedy or anything to be inspired by. So it stays at the bottom. Zoolander, uh, that one I didn't know what, like, a lot of the jokes I didn't know whether to laugh at or just stare at it stupidly, kind of like pun jokes. They don't have pun jokes in it, but I'm trying to describe the feeling. But yeah, so that one's on there. Wayne's World. The jokes were just fairly dated. I got them, but they were like not as relatable to me, so it's down there. But I do love the movie. Ghostbusters, that's another case of it. This one's more comedy than the others, down on the lower rack. But it does do the comedic bits well, but I don't see it as much of a comedy as I do an action movie, or I would say a horror movie, but it's not really. But it is an absolutely fantastic movie. Shaun of the Dead, its comedy is fantastic, and I absolutely love the zombie comedy movies like that, and Zombieland are amazing. Elf, the comedy's just whimsical. These are kind of like the middle ground, and most of them are very very different. When they came out, at least. Groundhog's Day, just the whole experience is bizarre, interesting, and it's fun to play with. Which is why there's been so many movies that have done a similar concept. Um, Another one I can think of that's kind of like Groundhog Day is Happy Death Day to You, which was really good. So yeah, then you have The Mask, which it's fun and it doesn't get as stale, but it does get like a little bit stale, which is why I try to like space it out when I'm watching it, or watch it when I watch the sequel, which I am one of the few people who actually likes the sequel. But I do now see its flaws. I used to love it when I was little, but now it's like it's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. Same with Spider-Man 3, although I like Spider-Man 3 more than Mask 2. But Mask overall is really good. The Naked Gun, it's an absolute parody classic, along with one of them that's up on the top. Um, but those two are the most, like, those two and Spaceballs are the ones you want to look towards with parodies. Those are how you do a parody right. But overall, it's an amazing film. I love how they have that happen. And let's see here. Then there's, I forget what it's called because it doesn't show it in the picture, but it's the one with the dude. And it's surreal, but it's a blast to watch. So, I just absolutely love my enjoyment of the film. And then Caddyshack, all the stars have just amazing comedic bits. And it's another great movie with it's Bill something. No, it's not Bill. I think that's a character's name, but it's the same guy who plays Peter Venkman. Uh, so yeah, he's amazing. Trying to get that gopher, and he goes to the most extreme ways to kill a gopher. I mean, C4 squirrels is nuts. They have a lot of Funko Pops based off it. That and Happy Gilmore too. So they're really good. Um, Happy Gilmore is here a little lower because I talk about a lot of Adam Sandler movies, so I wanted to keep it on the lower rank. On top of the fact it's not something I would look towards for comedic styles as much as the ones on the top. So yeah. Then on the top we have Ace Ventura, which is it's the essential Jim Carrey movie, and it's really how you the really the movie his style comes in the most. So if you're trying to do like a Jim Carrey-esque style, that's the one I'd look for. Young Frankenstein is the quintessential parody movie, um, and one of Gene Wilder's all-time amazing movies. Bill Murray, I did have it right. Bill Murray, sorry. I just remembered that. But Young Frankenstein is like critical if you're wanting to make a parody movie. You want to look at that, even if you're not making a parody movie or like a old old movie. You want to see how they twist it, but still keep the essence the same. If that makes any sense, it does. But I mean, it's hard to explain. Mrs. Doubtfire. That one is one of the movies I go, a guy dressing up as a lady. If you want to do like a grand movie about a wacky grandma, if Medea was on here, I'd put Medea up there as that kind of thing. But it's not, and Robin Williams did not have many on the list I was making this with. So, you got to give Robin Williams the top, one of the top spots, because his movies are just fantastic, and I do enjoy that one, and that's probably the one I watch the most of his, other than Where Dreams May. I always say where, what dreams may come. And then Monty Python and the Holy Grail is one of the most quotable comedy movies I've ever seen, and it's referenced to this day and will always be referenced, I believe. And it just got some Funko Pops out, so you know the fan base is still fairly strong. But overall, that is where I stand with these. 17 to 20 is the highest ranking, and then 1 through 4 is the lowest. But the rankings are in no particular order, other than ranking of category. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and subscribe.